Adana was known across the village for her beauty and her gentle spirit. One morning, as she walked through the forest path with a woven basket on her arm, she heard a sudden rustle above her. Kelechi, the young palm wine tapper, almost slipped from the tree he was tapping. She gasped. He laughed nervously, and in that brief moment, their eyes met. That single glance became the beginning of everything. Days turned into weeks, and Adana and Kelechi found comfort in a world only they shared. They met by the riverside, where the water sang softly against smooth stones. Kelechi, with hands roughened by work, carved a small wooden figure shaped like Adana's face. Adana brought him roasted yam wrapped in green leaves. They shared stories. They shared dreams. They shared a love that felt pure and fearless. But love alone is never enough when tradition stands in the way. One evening, the deep sound of a wooden gong echoed through the village. Everyone gathered at the square, Adana included. The elders made an announcement that shook her heart. Chief Okafor, a wealthy elder with many titles, had asked for her hand in marriage. And according to the tradition of her people, a family cannot refuse the request of a titled elder. Adana's mother looked at her with pleading eyes, not out of joy, but out of fear. Fear of shame, fear of dishonor, fear of betraying what the community expected. Adana felt her world collapse. Unable to hold back the pain, Adana ran to the riverside. Kelechi found her there, crying. He pulled her into his arms. She trembled. He whispered, "We can run away. We can start a new life." But Adana shook her head. She could not bring shame to her family, even if it meant breaking her own heart. There, under the moonlight, their love collided with the heavy weight of tradition. The night before the marriage announcement, Kelechi waited by the river. He held the wooden carving of her face in his hands. Adana arrived slowly, her eyes red from crying. They stood in silence as fireflies floated around them. Kelechi placed the carving in her hand. She held his face gently. They embraced, long, painful, and full of everything they could not say. Before the sun rose, they let go. The next day, the village was alive with drums and dancing. Women in bright wrappers and coral beads moved gracefully. Chief Okafor sat proudly, smiling. Adana walked through the crowd in her beautiful bridal attire. She looked like a queen, but her eyes were empty. Hidden far behind the dancers, Kelechi watched. He said nothing. He just allowed a single tear to fall. Their love ended not because it was weak, but because tradition was stronger. Many years passed. Adana returned to the river, older now, quieter. In her hands she held the wooden carving, worn, but still whole. She touched the water gently and whispered, "We were bound by love, but broken by tradition." And as the wind blew softly across the river, the story of Adana and Kelechi faded into the evening light.